Hi, so today I'm going to be doing a walkthrough of my Rails project. And if you'll see here, this is what the home page looks like. And first I'm going to go over the code and then show you how everything works. Okay, so if you see here, this is the index page, and this is rooted. So if we go here, you'll see I have the root set to the user's home action. So let's go there. Okay, now I wanted to make it so that if the user is logged in, there's no reason to go to the home page, so I wanted to redirect them directly to the page of whoever was logged in, and I'll show you how the entire website works in a second. But first I'm just going to go over all the basics. Then I created a sign up form over here, which links to the new action over here. And the new action links to this form right here. So basically, this form is going to ask for a username, a password confirmation, an email, an age, and it's going to validate those attributes through here. So I have the username presence is true, uniqueness true, so two people can't sign up with the same username. Same thing for email, uniqueness and presence. Age, presence, true. And then for the password, I wanted it to be between 6 and 20 characters, and then there also needs to be a confirmation of password. And to get this to work, you need to add a password confirmation attribute accessor, like so. So once the user creates an account, I needed to handle the session to show that they're logged in. So then I did that using a sessions controller. So the new action right here is linked to the users are also able to sign up through Facebook, or sign in through Facebook. So I realized that I was going to need to create two separate controller actions for logging in through Facebook or logging in through the regular login, because the Facebook OmniAuth gem only gets you information regarding a user ID, a name, an email, and if you look at my users table, you need a password, an age, you need a password and an age. So what the issue was I wanted to handle the login separately for Facebook and for the regular login, so that I can say user is find by whatever email Facebook's giving, and I had to set a default age to 17 since Facebook doesn't give one. And then if the user exists, the session ID is equal to the user ID, so now they're logged in, and redirect to their page. Otherwise, I wanted it to create a new user with the Facebook information since they've been authenticated. But you have to remember they are not going to have a password, so you have to turn off the validations for this action. And that's why I wanted to handle the actions separately. So then it's going to set the session ID either way, and then it's going to redirect them either way. And then here's the action for logging in. Without Facebook, it's going to do a find by for the username you entered, if that exists and if the password is valid. It's going to give you a flash message on the next page, and it's going to set the session ID. Otherwise, it's going to re-render the page, and it's going to give you an error flash message. And then I have a nav bar, and you'll be able to log out from any page, and that's all linked to this action right here. So that would delete this user ID session hash and redirect you to the login page. And this action right here is just used for the OmniAuth authentication. So now I'm going to switch to the back here just to show you how everything works. So we'll do a sign up. The first thing I wanted to demonstrate was that well, first I'll show you this. Okay, so go to sign up. Oh wait, I didn't put in a username. So then the errors are going to be listed here. And oh, the email was already taken as well. So I guess I have to put in a username. And then oops. Why is that going there? Oh wait, I typed in the wrong password, so they need to be confirmed as well. Okay, so I did that on purpose, by the way, just to demonstrate. And then the email will, if it's blank, it'll come up too. So now you have a test account, and it's going to take you to the page, to the route I showed before. And it's going to show your account balance. And then if you have any tickets, it's going to put them here, which I'll demonstrate in a second. But I also have this flash message here. So it says successfully registered because we just came from the registration page. So next I want to show logging in through Facebook just to show that it works. Okay, so I've messed around with this account before, that's why there are things here. But I've logged in through Facebook, and instead of a username, I had it render the name that Facebook was given, so that is set as the username. And then I have the balance, the tickets, it works the same exact way. So now I'm going to go back to the code, and I'm going to show you how that index page works. So I have nested routes for my pages. So this page will be users ID showings. So that's done through this right here. So then that's going to be rendered through the index action. So we're going to find the user from the URL. But then we also don't want people to see other people's tickets and balances. So I thought it was important to say if session ID is equal to the user ID of the link that they're using. Render index, otherwise redirect them to their homepage. So on the index page, I'll go to the view now. It's going to welcome the user. It's going to tell them their balance, their tickets. If they have showings, it's going to sort them by the date that the ticket is for in descending order, or so soonest first. And then it's going to put the title, rating, and time of the movie. And I have a showtime method that renders the date time in a more user-friendly format. And that's in my ticket model, or my showing model, sorry. Then I have a button that they'll be able to click to cancel the ticket. And it's important to state that they cannot cancel a ticket that has already happened. I made sure to set it so that it checks the date, so that if a show has already happened, they can't get their money back. But I guess I'm a very nice businessman. I let anyone refund any ticket without limit. And then I have a link so they could add more tickets, which I'll show you in a second. And yeah, I'll demonstrate that now, I guess. Okay, so let's go back to the other account just because that one already has tickets. So this was called test account. Okay, so I have 100 tickets, and now the flash message will say successfully logged in. So this is just seed data. Obviously, you would have a bunch of times for every movie, and you would probably have them in some type of table, but this is just for demonstration purposes. So before a ticket is purchased using this button, my buy ticket method will check if the user's age matches the minimum age of the movie, and that's sorted by the rating. And then it'll also check to see the default price for a ticket is $10, but that could be changed. So it's also going to check if the user has enough money in their balance to buy the ticket. And it's also going to check if the user already has a ticket for a show at that time, and in which case it will not let them purchase it. So I'll demonstrate that. So I have 3 tickets at the same time here. Okay, so now this is here. My balance has decreased by 10. Oh, and another thing I should mention, I know I shouldn't be even letting them purchase tickets that have expired, but I figured that for the demonstration purposes of canceling, I should have those visible so that I could add them to the page. So watch this. When I click cancel here, you get an error flash message that says you cannot refund a ticket that has already expired. But if I cancel here, successfully refunded, and successfully refunded, and my balance has increased by 10. And then I'll show you another error message that you can get. That's not that. So I just tried to buy a ticket at the same time, and it says you already have a ticket for a show at that time. Okay. So now I'm going to go back to the code. So now I'll show you the buy ticket method. Oh, here's the rating method, by the way. To get R, it has to say the minimum age is 17, 13, and that's all done when you add when you seed the movie data. And then here's my showtime method, which makes it into a user readable format. Here's my buy ticket method. It checks to see if the user can buy the ticket with the age and money restrictions. Then it updates the user's money, and again you have to turn off validations for that. and then it saves the ticket and it says success as a flash message. Otherwise, if they can't buy the ticket, it'll tell you why you can't buy the ticket, and it will not save the ticket, so it won't clog up my database with useless items. So I'll show you that action. Okay, so here's that. When the user clicks that button and submits a post request, it'll find the user from the session ID, set that equal to the user, create a new ticket with the user and showing, and then the flash notice will be whatever the message of the buy ticket method is, and then it'll redirect them whether successful or not. And then for the cancel button that refunds them, I simply found the ticket from using a hidden value in the form, and then I said if the time of the show is greater than the current time, which means it's further ahead from now, refund the user, save it, delete the ticket, do a success message, or give them the error and redirect them. Well, I think that's basically it by now. You won't be able to access any other user's information. I have that set. All the logins are handled through the sessions controller. You can log in through Facebook and through regular login. Oh, and I think I should mention every user has a default amount of money set to 100. Obviously, in a real life scenario, you would have them buy their balance using a credit card or debit card, but we can't do that yet. And these are all set up with active record associations, belongs to, has many through. And then I'll just show my tables. And that's basically it.